Hey friends, it is Jenna, what is up, and welcome back to the Board Game Garden, and welcome to a preview of a new expansion for this game right here, which is Raising Robots, and that new expansion is called the Raising Robots Friends expansion. So Raising Robots is a game that I have played before and I really do enjoy. I actually purchased this copy of Raising Robots myself, and this is the retail edition. I do believe that they're going to have a reprinting of the deluxe edition of Raising Robots on the same campaign as this. So if you guys want to get that, then it will also be available. But yeah, I love Raising Robots. It was actually in my top 100 games of all time. So I was very, very excited when they reached out for me to do some content on the new expansion. So Raising Robots is published by Nauvoo Games, who is sponsoring today's video. So a huge thank you to them. And it is designed by Brett Sobel as well as Seth Van Orden. And I'm not going to go through a whole how to play the base game. There are a ton of videos out there on how to play Raising Robots. I will link a few in the description box. But this is going live on crowdfunding. It actually is already live when this video is up. So definitely go and check it out. I will also have a link down in the description to the campaign. Raising Robots does play 1 to 6 players, which I think is one of the best things. 1 to 6 players is like the perfect player count for me. I think I recently mentioned that in another video, but it is 1 to 6 players, so it does have a solo mode and it goes all the way up to 6 players, and it is simultaneous play. So the more players you add, it doesn't actually get any longer. It plays in 75 minutes and it is ages 14 plus. So yes, I will go over, like I said, a little bit of an overview of how the base game is played, but the main focus for this video is to show off what the new Friends expansion adds into the base game of Raising Robots. So if you guys want to see that, then just keep on watching. Give this video a big thumbs up. Also hit the subscribe button down below if you've yet to do so. We'd love to have you here in the garden. Comment down below if you are interested in the new expansion for Raising Robots. If you're a fan of Raising Robots as well, I'd love to chat about that down in the comments. But without further ado, let's get into this preview of the new expansion for Raising Robots, which is the Friends expansion. Shall we? Alright, so like I mentioned, I do want to go quickly over how the base game of Raising Robots is played if you've never heard of it before. Raising Robots is a simultaneous kind of action selection tableau building game, I guess you could say, where you are, like the title suggests, raising robots. So there are a ton of different robots in the base game. You have this huge deck of robot cards, and each robot is completely different, and each robot is actually like a different item, if that makes sense. So I have 3 in my hand right here. One is like a stop guard, or like a crossing guard robot. So he has a little stop sign, he has a bunch of pylons and a construction vest. It's very cute. This one is a basketball robot, so he's like a net and then he has basketballs. Very cute, and a little scoreboard. And then this one here is, I think, a yoga robot. It says its name is Namaste, and I actually haven't seen this one before, so that's very cute. And it truly proves that there are a ton of different robots in this game, so it really changes up the gameplay each game because you don't necessarily see all of the robots each game. And I've played this game upwards of like 8, 9, 10 times, so yeah, I have never seen Namaste before, but that is very cute. But anyways, you are, like I said, raising these robots, and you are going to be doing a simultaneous action selection. So each round, each player is going to have these different cards of these different kind of phases that they're going to be choosing from. So each player is going to be choosing 2 simultaneously and privately. So there is upgrade, assemble, design, fabricate, and recycle. So I might choose these 2 out of the 5. You are always going to randomly take 2 of these energy cards from your deck, and this is going to be how much energy of these 2 specific kind of phases that you're choosing that you're going to have. So if I had these 2 here, which would be a 4 and a 5, I would put those down. I would then choose which one of those phases I wanted to do and what power level I wanted to perform them at. I would put these face down, and then once everyone was finished, you would flip these over, and those would be the 2 actions that I would be performing on that turn or on that round. So there are 8 rounds that you're going to be going through, and each of these different phases are going to allow you to do something different. And like I said, you're going to have kind of a power level that you are, or an energy level that you're going to be performing them at. Some of these cards are going to allow you to add these yellow cubes onto these different phases. So for example, here I would add 2 yellow cubes to the upgrade section, and that actually adds 2 more energy for you as well as any other player. They also do get those energy additionally to the energy that they applied. So yes, that would be kind of the basic action selection round, and then you would go through simultaneously going through each of these different phases, and then you would be triggering each of those things and then gaining victory points and resources and doing different conversions, so on and so forth. So the upgrade action allows you to upgrade these different phases or actions primarily in the design, fabricate, and recycle sections, and you're going to be taking these little tokens off and revealing more things that you're going to be able to do in those different phases. And then these little things that you're taking off, you can actually upgrade your robots as well as apply them to different objective cards in order to get more things. So you have that. Assemble is primarily you adding these different robots onto your board, and you guys can kind of see here that you have these like 3 lines or 3 rows, and you have the purple, the orange, and the green, and these are actually connected to design, fabricate, and recycle. And whenever you activate one of these 3 things, so for example, if I chose to do design 1 round as one of my 2 selections, I would actually be able to trigger the design section here, and then also any robots that I have placed in that section. So I would go from left to right, activating all of the different purple robots or design robots that I had in that line there. So yeah, that is pretty much everything for the base game. You're going to be playing 8 rounds, and then whoever has the most victory points at the end is going to be the winner. Additionally, you do have a kind of unique inventor that you're going to get at the beginning of the game, and that is going to allow you to have some sort of unique abilities and ongoing things. And I think in the base game there are 14 inventors in total, and each of them has different ongoing abilities or different abilities that you can trigger at the end of each round, different things like that. And then some of the inventors even have like additional components that you have to add into the game for their special abilities. You also have some private objectives here that you're going to be going for. You can get up to 3 of those. And I think that is pretty much everything for the base game. So let's go into exactly what the new expansion, the Friends expansion, adds into the game. All right, so getting into exactly what the new Friends expansion adds into the base game, I will say that this is an expansion that is kind of half a more stuff expansion as well as half a new module expansion, if that makes sense. So on one hand, it does add in more of what you already have in the base game, which is great. So if you already really enjoy raising robots, then it adds in more stuff for you to change up the game. So the first thing is that it adds in new robots. So you have this new deck of robot cards here, and there are a few different things that this kind of adds in. So the first thing is that this entire deck is actually robots that are celebrating cultural heritage as well as technological advancements for different countries. So it's kind of cool to go through these and kind of see the different countries and the different robots that are like kind of applied to them. So there's actually a Canadian robot here, which is called Mountie, and they do have maple syrup and skis and a Canada Post mailbox, and it is pretty awesome, I will say. So there are a bunch of different robots from different cultures and countries, and just celebrating world diversity, I guess. So that is wonderful. Another thing is that it does introduce new robots that actually can be placed into all 3 of the rows. So you guys can see here on the base board that there is purple, orange, and green. And each robot in the base game does have a specific row that they can be placed in, and you can only place them in that row. So these new robots here actually can be placed in any row, so they're a little bit of a wild robot, which is nice. So you have a little bit more flexibility with them. And then additionally, some of these robots now have endgame scoring. So you'll see that some robots have a little pink hourglass at the bottom, and you do have to upgrade this robot. So you do have to take off one of these little tokens and place it onto this robot in order to have that endgame scoring apply at the end of the game. So some of them add that. And I do believe that that is everything. There is a new search icon here on some of them, which actually the Canadian one has the new search icon. And this allows you to actually search the deck of robots for a specific thing that you're looking for. I do believe that you have to state before you start looking through the deck what color you want it to be, whether it be the design, fabricate, or recycle, and then also the energy level that it has to be. So you could say a specific number, or you could do a range of numbers. So you could have like 1 to 7, you could do 2 to 6, anything like that. And then you'll flip through the deck until you find that specific robot. So that is everything for the new robot cards. There's also new inventors. So there are 6 new inventors, and some of these are very cool. And I will say that a lot of these, it does come with this little inventor explanation guide here. So you have all of these 6 new ones, and all of them are complexity of either medium or hard. So these are meant to kind of give the people that really enjoy raising robots some more complex and difficult inventors to play with. There is one specific one that I'm very excited to play, and that is Confucius. So this one actually you get this little board here, and it's a board of different objectives that you're going for. And then every time you achieve one of these different objectives on this little board, you get to put one of these little check marks over top, and then you are able to then gain either 1 resource of your choice or 2 batteries. And then once you finish a row or a column, you also gain either 2 victory points, or you get a battery and a duct tape. So that is pretty fun, and I always love going for different objectives. So very excited to try that one out. And like I said, these ones, there are 6 new ones to kind of experiment with and play with. So you have those. And I do believe that that is everything for the more stuff. So there are new robots that are being added with some new different things implemented into those, as well as the new inventors. And then as for the new things being added with the expansion to the base game, there are 2 different things, one being competitions as well as friendship cards. So these 2 things do have to be played together because they do kind of come hand in hand. The friendship cards are going to be rewards that you're going to gain when you complete these different competitions or these different kind of public objectives. So we'll go into the public objectives or competitions first. So you do have 4 different competitions that you're going to be going for each game, and you will see here that there are one of 4 different colors. So you have the blue, the pink, the green, and the orange. And there are some more of these objectives over here, but you're going to choose one random one of each of those 4 colors. And these are going to be the 4 public objectives that you're going for. So for example, here we have this pink objective that is that you need to have 13 batteries. So once you have achieved this, so once you have 13 batteries stored, you don't actually have to spend them, you just have to have them. You will be able to then either pay 1 of the pink upgrade tokens, you could pay 4 of any resource that you'd like, or you could pay 7 batteries in order to complete this competition. So all the competitions will start on the A side, and then whoever completes the competition first will get the thing at the bottom here, which you can either choose to pick up 3 friendship cards and keep 1 and get 2 victory points, or you could decide to just gain 7 victory points. So once one person has done that first, it would then flip over to the B side. It will then get cheaper for whoever then achieves this competition or completes this competition on a later round. And then you also get some sort of reward that is slightly less than the A side. So with the B side here for this one, you would have to either pay one of any upgrade tokens, so it doesn't necessarily have to be that pink one. You could do 3 of any resource or 5 batteries, and then you would be able to pick up 2 friendship cards and keep one, or you could choose to get 4 victory points. So each of these different competitions are going to be different. Like I said, there's going to be a bunch of the different colors that you're going to shuffle and pick one for each of the 4 colors, and then you're going to try to get these during the game. So those are the competitions there. And then, like I said, with each of the rewards, most of the time they are going to, or all the time, they are going to have that you are going to be able to get a friendship card for your reward. So friendship cards are quite interesting because every time I've played Raising Robots, I have always had people or even myself say that they wish they had the inventor that another player had because their ability was so cool. And all of the abilities of the inventors are just so fun and so cool to see all of the players that you're playing with and what kind of special ability they get. And you're always kind of envious of some other players for the different fun kind of special ability that they're able to use during the game. So with the friendship cards, you actually get to gain the ability of another inventor, which I will say when you are playing, whatever inventors are chosen for the players at the table, those cards are going to be taken out of the deck. So let's say another player was actually playing a Stefan. The Stefan card would be taken out of the deck. You would go through and take out I am Yo-Yo. So I would take the Yo-Yo card out of the deck. You would take out all the cards of the players' inventors at the table. You'd shuffle those, and then those would be the friendship cards that you would be able to gain throughout the game for your rewards for those competitions. So you can only have a maximum of 2 friendship cards, and these are going to, like I said, give you kind of a ability that an inventor has, and they're not going to be the exact ability of the inventor, but it'll be kind of based off of the ability of that inventor. So for example, here we have Grace, and this is a round end ability, and every round, at the end of every round, this player would then be able to gain either 1 battery and 1 washi tape, or 2 victory points. So this you would actually place beside your board, and you would be able to have this ability for the rest of the game alongside your actual inventor's ability as well. So like I said, you can only have a maximum of 2 of these friendship cards, but it'll give you some more abilities that you're going to be able to gain throughout the game, which I think is very fun. So yes, I do believe that that is everything for what is being added with the Friends expansion. Like I said, you have more stuff being added as well as some new stuff being added. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed kind of hearing about that, and hopefully this helps you make an informed decision on whether you want to back the Friends expansion over on crowdfunding. So yes, that is everything for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Also, hit the subscribe button down below if you've yet to do so. We'd love to have you here in the garden. A huge thank you again to Navu Games for sponsoring today's video. I appreciate it very, very much. I love you guys so much. Remember, you are somebody's reason to smile, and I will see you in the next board game video. Bye, friends.